Hey guys, I'm back with a new video, and no, never mind. Today I am going to be talking to you guys about the WrestleMania. WrestleMania 36. Part 1 was last night, which I did stay up to watch. So we're going to go through the card, and I'm going to give my opinion on every match that had happened. So there was one pre-show match, which is Cesaro versus Drew Gulak, and it was only like just over 4 minutes. But to be fair, they do have good chemistry working together. Cesaro being a powerhouse, Drew Gulak being a gifted technician. Cesaro come out on top with this weird spinny thing that he didn't even use any hands for, but still really good. I really enjoyed it. The first match on the actual show was Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus the Kabuki Warriors, which was very strong. It kept switching between Asuka and Kairi and Alexa and Nikki in control, and eventually Alexa and Nikki come out on top because, they were beating Nikki up, and then Nikki moved, Asuka went into the ring post, and then they managed to beat down Kairi and Twisted Bliss. So now, that was only 15 minutes, but still, solid match. Next up was a really weird match between Elias and King Corbin, which shouldn't have really been on the WrestleMania card, but it was just a filler match, to be fair. It was only 9 minutes. Elias did eventually go over King Corbin, so it's kind of fair that he got his bit of revenge. He also smashed the guitar over him, which was pretty funny. So now we have a very anticipated match. Becky Lynch and Shayna Baszler. Now, Shayna was portrayed as such a monster in this match. She dominated for most of the match, and she locked in the Kirifuda clutch quite a few times, and they both basically kept swapping for submissions on each other. She even went to lock in Becky's own submission against her, which was pretty good. It was only an 8.5 minute match though, and Becky did come out on top, but hopefully this builds to another match between these two down the card, because I reckon it'd be worth it, and I reckon Shayna should go over on that one. Next up then is Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan. And obviously, due to shenanigans happening in the match, Sami Zayn won and retained his Intercontinental title. For a 9.5 minute match, it was pretty solid. I mean, eventually we knew Sami would win, but Daniel Bryan was strong heading into this match, and he did beat up Sami for most of it. Shinsuke and Cesaro played their part well. Drew Gulak as well, he played his part. Pretty solid victory for the heels here. I mean, it is kind of fair. Good match though, and I would like to see Drew Gulak go up against Sami for the title at some point. Next up on the card was John Morrison versus Jimmy Uso versus Kofi Kingston. Now that was weird, because they were for the titles, but obviously with the current state of everything, there's no surprise. Oh no, my cat. But solid match, some really solid spots, especially one where Kofi jumps through the ladder and attempts to kick them both, but gets caught and thrown outside. But then the final spot, which was how John won the match, was they all got the titles off, but Kofi and Jimmy both headbutt John Morrison, and he fell off onto the ladder with the titles, so they've retained. Solid match though, definitely really talented men. Kofi, Jimmy, and John. Solid match. I recommend you watch it. Next up then is Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. Now, it started off as a normal match, and I think either Seth I think Seth got himself disqualified, or he got counted out, or whatever. Something along those lines. I didn't watch all of it. I kind of fell asleep. So I just caught up. And Kevin obviously goaded him on to restart the match as a no disqualification match. Seth obviously had some good spots and some good offense in, but eventually Kevin Owens came out on top for a nearly 20-minute match. Solid, definitely one of my favourite matches on the card. It was good to see Kevin finally get his retribution on Seth. And then this one was a really surprising one, but like Braun Strowman versus Goldberg. It didn't even last long. Goldberg hit 4 spears. Strowman kicked out of all of them. Strowman hit 4 power slams. And he won. And he is the WWE Universal Champion, which I'm actually really happy to see. However, I don't think it'll last long, but Braun deserves it. So, yeah. And last but not least, one of the best matches on the card by far. Surprisingly, with Taker being in his mid-50s now, still solid match. I mean, he returned as Biker Taker and had Metallica as his intro as well. It was outside as well. It was really weird, but it was solid. A lot of dramatic and atmospheric music being played in the background, though, which was kind of weird, but like still solid match. Undertaker obviously went over, which was great. I mean, it's kept switching between Undertaker and Styles the whole match. And Luke and Carl basically just got killed, so yeah, probably my favourite match of the night, that was, surprisingly. But yeah, that was part 1 of WrestleMania. Also, Mojo Rawley is the new 24/7 champion, which was strange. Anyways, so solid, not the most spectacular card of WrestleMania. Few amazing spots and a few spots, but to be fair to WWE for putting these matches on, it was great. I really enjoyed it, so yeah. But that was it. Part 2 coming tomorrow, hopefully. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you thought of WrestleMania, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.